Hi, this video is living in the past. Um, no, there are. I'm sure you could have a million. I have a whole chapter on the photo, the thumbnail for this video, and living in the past. There are those that really wish deep down inside to put you in a part of the past that really is bad for you. And they try to paint it as though it was good, tolerable, or you was overreacting to it. They want to keep you somewhere because you're from there kind of shit. Um Living in the past, I look at so much of stuff that was available before the age. Just within the last decade and decade and a half. And I'm like, what? I wasted my time, and it was due to fear. And it wasn't all the way due to fear. It was due to not having the support. Besides not having the support, not having someone say, "Well, hey, I'm a ride or dry this with you," and of course, funds. Um, it's so much opportunity that has surpassed when you're in a plantation bowl, a poverty setting, no opinion poverty setting. And of course, people are in denial of it because, they socially supposed to think higher, or they're getting favor in it, and so you're supposed to do the same as them and tolerate being at the generic or the lower end of it. And that's why some people just never progress past living to eat. And it's so, and I think so much about, wow, they had this, they had that, they had, what I'm saying, doing if all this here, the opportunities were much available to me before I had, became a parent, and I was able to do all of these opportunities that really are available, um, with a very similar network to what I have now, the growth I have now. I would definitely, uh, definitely. And I see some people did some videos about what would they tell their 16-year-old self. My 16-year-old self would be looking for who I am today. Really would be. Because I could tell them the good, I can tell them the bad, and I could really give them solid resources. And it wouldn't be nothing that's dull, something that doesn't meet to their caliber. Like, you want to give somebody a janitorial referral, give somewhere where, a person and tried to apply for it, and no good, and where they don't want them because they're darker skin or because of their name. And you can't, people be like, oh, well, I tried, but then you go follow up on it. And if they, if somebody don't want and you find it out, it's like, hold up, you put me in a situation to make a debatical that's not even worth being a debatical. And people will tell you, oh, well, if you can't make it here, you can't make it nowhere. And how you gonna go somewhere where you don't, what I'm saying, this and that? And what I would tell the 16-year-old me would be, better sooner than later. You don't want to be in a situation where what I'm saying, things, you're pressed against the metal. You don't want to do that. And I know I'm better off than where I was 5 years ago, 7 years ago. I'm better off than that. But definitely the 16-year-old me will be looking, of course, for the person I am today. Like I said, someone that has solid resources, someone that will be willing to, I'll call them and make sure they get you in. Oh, I'm going to get there and get you jobs that offer you opportunity. And, I recall myself, I was, I look back and I think back how too humble, let me say that, too humble I was. I get there and, I even had a job call me and asked to speak to Shaniga. Okay, no joke. Okay, and I wanted a job. That's just how bad I need a job in the deck of cards of the poverty setting I come from. Now, the part that I ended up staying in is better than it's the city, but the option is still extremely too competitive. You need to be somewhere where it's not competitive and there's enough room for everybody to get there and really network and get in. Everybody's not trying to work at the same 5 or 10 places with a place where you got 150,000 people and there's only 5 or 10 places to work there. Like, that's ridiculous. No, let me up that a little bit more to reality. To the top 20 places, but some of them are so tightly screwed and you can't get. Some say the top 20 places, because usually people are trying to get into the state, and then when the call centers came to the Baton Rouge region, people was trying to get into them. I really, I really didn't care much for that. I would do it now, especially with work at home. If I know the information that I know now, that it would have been great back then. Because, you know what I'm saying? The money is real good to work at home. And then when you think about transportation, and then so much opportunity. So definitely, that's what the 16-year-old self will be telling will be saying to the current me today. It will be saying 16-year-old self will be saying to the current me today, I need you. Give me all the information that you have today and let me apply it in my life. I have people also, back from way when they tell me, oh, you're very smart. And to me, I know some real smart people. They're like real smart. Um, so I can't, it's nothing I want to dissertate or essay on too much about that. Um, but living in the past, they have this box where they have certain ones, certain favorite blessing highly favorite ones. They favor to go do goals. What is to survive, or say success? What is to success, or to or what are their goals? Let's put it like that. What are directly their goals? Certain ones are supported too. If they want to be in certain fields or if they want to move out of state, they're highly supported on it. They're supported mentally, emotionally, and financially on it. And when you grow up, as one can grow up to where you're made to feel bad about getting a McDonald's meal or getting $10. Always feeling like you have to always owe somebody. I saw this with a quote by Tupac and stuff like that. And it's like no matter what you do, it's never good enough. Okay, or you did it this day, so why can't you do it this day or this time that I asked you? And there are those that you try to stay in contact with them because you're like, okay, they did good for me. I don't never want to forget them and so forth like that. But it comes a time that it just become, dragging rope or just dragging some weight behind you that you're like, okay, you gotta let it go. Because it's not going on the train that you need to take, and you can't get there. And this is more so the hashtag Black Youth Radio because, as far as I'm concerned, people that are between the ages of 28 to 70 years old, a lot of them are just stuck in their ways, and they're just giving out dead weight advice. A lot of them, not all, and you know how people just have poor comprehension, and they're just poorly, just unstand, just poorly, say misstandardized. Let me say that misstandardized. Um, and so you say most. Oh well, I know such and such people, and that's something like when you say something statistical, and then they come back with 2 or 3 people that they know, or oh well, everybody I know. You don't know everybody in the world, especially when they come tell you, oh well, I don't believe situations like this. I don't believe, and it's you can't stay stuck in a past that does not progress into a future. I recommend don't do it because when you get down, you're gonna be down, and all those people that you're trying to be loyal to, And all those people that you're trying to paint for the better, they're going to get there. They may do something for you, something, but they're going to get there and make sure you know that they did it for you, and they're going to be hostile with it. And if you treat me that way, I know what you would do with mine. And one thing, yeah, I allowed the room and the space for you to do me that, but when it comes to my child, you will not treat like a foster child. No. Not do it to mine. And it's bye bye. And a lot of people, you don't want to be the person. Also, antsy, somebody that gotta ask questions, and the questions just really are stupid or petty. Everything is not a question. Everything is not a do it because everybody else do it or do it because it doesn't seem wrong to you. It's not anything I have to explain. I don't want to be walking around with, why I brush my teeth, or why I don't go this direction, or why I don't pick this up with the left hand, or why I don't turn this at 50 degrees. I don't want to be fucking living like that, okay? Hell fucking no, okay? And I have to curse because people, they need that. They need that Halloween for real. And, to those that wish to have me live in the past, have a Halloween on you. Have a Halloween, okay? But have it a million miles and acres from me and mine, okay? I am no, I am not your obligation. I am not your tattoo. Stop trying. That's why a lot of people do not leave from these old plantation settings and they stay small minded. I don't want to be small minded. Don't be trying to make somebody feel guilty. Oh, well, what goes up must come down. And I have had that, and they be like, well, people like, well, who? No, it's a lot of people think like that. So it's never one person that said it. If it's one person that said it, I'll deal with them directly, specifically about it. But when I heard it before, and I don't want people, I gotta get there, and you have to tell them, well, why you didn't tell me you had a problem with me? Well, why you didn't tell me you didn't like that? Well, you knew you didn't like it done to you. And when I gotta start telling your grown self or your no better or got street self so better, you are a reject, you are a discard, you are a dismissal, you are no. It's not all. No. I don't like literature. I like reading the literature I want to be bothered with, but don't come growing no problems to me, for real. Do that for yourself or whatever. Um, so those that get there, and then you have these others that be talking about how hard their life is and how they still stayed up in this here and that, and how they still stay committed to such and such. That's you. Don't come pulling that string for me. You decide to stay up in that situation. Don't compare me to you. You want you that was your glue. That was your tattoo. That's not mine. I don't keep the placenta. You know, all that old, people want to be Catholic when they want to be Catholic. Why don't you be more giving than what you are than trying to be so stuck to, oh, you want to be so family. When it's so famine, you want to be so famine. You want to be so family into your famine. And to those that get there and like to say, and the people that say that, well, if your life was really so hard, and I guess you could relate the quote misery love company. Why would you bring a baby into your situation as a teenager at 12, 13, 14, even 16 years old? Your life's so hard. And I see it's like people get up on the get up and they get some pep when a baby comes to a teenager than they do for the person that's not having a baby. Ugh. Um, your life is not that hard because you would have had a very much guilty conscience. And then you got to go back and tell those people that you're pregnant, and then they're the ones that got to give you a shower. They're the ones got to take care of the baby and watch your baby. So, youth, your life is hard. Do your best not to have a baby. You can get housing If you got to get you a little part-time job, remember, if you get a job, you're going to be responsible for that childcare. And the politics decide if you have coverage or not, and the daycare centers that take it, how many children that they will take on that service. Um, so definitely don't have you can't go places. And if you're from the deep south of the boot, the bayou, the swamp where I'm from, yeah, they would make it as though it ain't nowhere else to be. It's worse everywhere else and all that kind of stuff. And the only other workplace you go is to Africa, which is more nasty. Feed the children on Sunday afternoon. So definitely don't tattoo into that. Get your first part time job. Get a bus ticket and go somewhere to get you some housing. And you have to read. Now, if you don't read, you don't have no networking skills. I have nothing for you. Just I don't know, and this come back to living in the past of parents that intentionally keep their children stupid. I have met some. And then those, some of those same parents would be like, well, my child's not gonna get there and think they better than me, or this the way my child gonna respect me and not get besides themselves. And and they have even recommended that's how I should have been done. Shit on you, for real, shit on you. Which I was, but no, they wanted it to go an extra obtuse degree, which the one I was getting was already bad. It was, oh my goodness, it was psycho bad. Um, don't do that. Um, so dismiss the past. Dismiss the past. People that want to be slothy turtle shells, that want to be spiders. They're just wicked. Anything they come into, anytime once the energy meets up together, it dies like a black widow for real. Uh, and that's definitely the tag to be taken of them. They just mean no good, whether you know or you don't know. Then they have those people where if I didn't do you nothing wrong, that you should automatically be friends with them. Like I said, you have people that want to dictate to you how you do stuff and how you communicate. Ugh. Do you? If you're not telling the IRS, you're not telling C-SPAN, and I don't care if you are. Don't still come to me with that, and don't come to anybody else that you don't need to be coming to. You're like, this gonna make the world a better place by thinking you coming to dictate or diameter myself or anyone. You know what I'm saying? Or anyone else that really don't need it, because you don't do it to who need it. And even if you did, stay in that lane to those who need it. The biggity, over the limit, um, wicked people. And living in the past, people always have something negative about your shortfalls or downfalls. Whether they have that from a child or a toddler or whatever. And never good enough. Um, let that go out in the bang. Let that go out in the bang. Them go out in the bang. Um, by themselves, no company, unknowns beneath to me. So um, living in the past, that is deceased, that is buried, and so that is how this video will end. Buried from the past. It shall no longer be a holiday or an invite. Halloween. Moving forward, if it does not relate to the current, my full interest, my current, along with having great, great positive elements, protons, it just totally, it's totally in, um, you know, it's totally a dust, discard, reject. That needs to totally be there. That's where it needs to be at. Dust. And it's about going forward in life. You have to, you should, as I should. If this video relates to you. Now some people, just because you want to live in the past because that's where you're from, don't box me or anyone else that need to go further. So the misery love company, but let your misery not be my company. So subscribe, reply, and share to the channel, and I'll TTYL.